What's up? Welcome to my fridge and my final project. I'm going to be making a lemon meringue pie, and I figured that maybe boasting some of my baking skills, sprinkling in some of the semester's readings, and incorporating some of Mary's Instagram lives would be the perfect recipe for this final. So why lemon meringue pie? Well, one rough quarantine day, I'd been going through my extensive and eclectic collection of books, and Rainbow in the Cloud by Dr. Maya Angelou really popped out, so I took it as a good omen. As I started to read it, I remembered that Angelou was a cook, and my ADHD led me to a Google search for her recipes. I thought that this would be great to have in my final, but then ultimately scratched the idea because I thought it'd be too difficult. Later that same night, I was up transcribing one of Mary's Instagram lives with my uke. I'd been working for hours and was so ready to give up. But then I heard this.
For example, Maya Angelou, she wrote 2 cookbooks, and I was like, wow.
I could not believe the coincidence. I needed to make a Maya Angelou recipe. So, here we are. Firstly, we'll need the juice of several lemons. Oh no, what is a lime doing here? Only lemons in a lemon meringue pie. But wait, what is the difference between a lemon and a lime? Don't they both provide the same level of acidity? Could these two possibly come together to create a delicious union? This reminds me of Ahmed's reading on Being in Question in my Bard Berlin reader. Support for those who are not white cis men are of course needed in an industry where misogyny is heavy and these white male voices become overbearing. This is why it's important that Mary opens up her Instagram lives like this.
My name is Mary Scherpe. I run Stil in Berlin, and I'm also the co-founder of the Feminist Food Club. The Feminist Food Club is a Berlin-based organization supporting trans and cis women and non-binary folks.
So here, Ahmed talks about certain bodies who are not usually in white spaces coming into question and states that disorientation can thus move around. It involves only bodies becoming objects, but this disorientation is how objects are gathered to create a background or to clear space for the ground. Ahmed also says that discomfort means movement, so for Little Lime here as our space invader, I'm sure that this lemon-lime combination could be groundbreaking, and I trust it will be. So now let's focus on the pie dough. Maya Angelou uses a pre-made pie dough, but I'm going to be making my own today. In the Schwartz reading, it says that traditionally women's work wasn't work, cooking dinner or cleaning the floor. However long it took, if it wasn't done by a servant, it wasn't labor. It was an expression of love and duty, an extension of a woman's natural role as a wife and a mother. Well, thank God I am neither of those things, but I am going to be showing you every single painstaking process just to show you how much labor goes into making one pie. Also, people don't really know that Dr. Maya Angelou cooked, and she once said, I know some people might think it odd, unworthy even for me to have written a cookbook. But why was that? Was it because she was already a successful woman of color writer, and that was enough? Why was Dr. Angelou not allowed to proudly occupy both spaces? To question someone in a space that was traditionally meant for women shows how much those spaces have become dominated by men. Then we just put our pie into our pie mold and bake it for a bit. Then we're gonna double boil our filling mixture, and as I was doing this happened. Okay, we're good. The pie is fine. We are saved. I thought now would be a great time to talk about the radical feminist movement of the 1970s. Schwartz says that the leading cause of change was consciousness raising. So this is where women basically shared their individual experiences in order to illustrate social forces that unified them. Sharing their experiences showed that their unhappiness was actually just a product of the larger system. And that's exactly what Mary does with the Feminist Food Club. People can come together in a space to discuss their experiences and feminism freely without judgment. Her Corona crisis talks especially shed light on the flaws of a bigger system. Gee whiz, all this talk on empowerment and teamwork, it's like this mixture here. The heat, the juice, the zest, it all comes together to thicken the plot. Also, times are pretty tough, and Mary has a talk on resilience that's worth mentioning.
It comes from physics, and it basically means the ability of a material to bounce back into the shape it had before. I don't think it means the same thing in psychology or mental health discussions, but that is something you can enlighten us on.
Bouncing back is a good point, but maybe not into the shape you had before.
So what we're doing with our egg whites and sugar, maybe a metaphor for some good vibes, is beating the crap out of them until... until this eventually happened. And though it took a bit of time, I told you no labor shortcuts, we got beautiful, resilient meringued peaks that will be the star of our lemon lime pie. And after just a little more time and patience, we are at the end of our cooking journey. And the end to a bittersweet semester. Also, this is pretty good. And like Maya Angelou says, if life gives you 12 lemons, why not make 12 lemon meringue pies? I made one today, but I definitely do have time.